All right, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and honors and salutations to all you Akim out there that's laboring in this truth and sincerity without wavering. And this is another GMS En Route, and we're gonna call this one "Why Are You Mad Now?" You know, dealing with the situation that happened in I forget which part of it was Atlanta, Georgia. It was a Jake out there. He had a Islamic name, all right, but nonetheless he was a Jake. He got hunted down by some Edomites, according to the information that's out there. And you got Jake is in an uproar. Well, it's not all Jakes. A lot of Jake is just gone. Jake don't even know which way to turn. But nonetheless, you got a lot of Jake that's in an uproar. And now for years, we've been telling you about these Edomites, man. These crackers, these devils. We've been telling you for the longest about these motherfuckers, man. And we've been telling you that they're not your friend. You see, but a lot of you guys like to sit there and you like to, sit there and argue with us. You like to sit there and talk shit, take the side of the so-called white man. And we're showing you what the Heavenly Father said. The Heavenly Father created these people to be the devil, all right? And they tell you that in Proverbs 16:4. The wicked are created for the day of evil. And what time are we in right now? We're in a day of evil, man, all right? And guess what? It's going to get worse. Things are going to intensify because the Lord is not the Most High, the Heavenly Father, the creator of all, is not with this world, man, not with America or none of the bullshit. That's why I tell you in the Bible clearly, in the book of James, the 4th chapter, verse 4, it says, "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Heavenly Father?" And when you look that word enmity up, it means what? Meaning an enemy. If you're going to be a friend of the world, then that makes you an enemy of the Heavenly Father. All right? And I'm not saying that doesn't mean you walk around with an ice grill and try. No, I'm not saying that at all. But you're supposed to know what time it is, man. You're supposed to know how to move around these devils, man. All right? Even if they cool with you, you still got to know in the back of your mind, and you ain't got to let them know if it doesn't call for it. Because at the end of the day, we don't have no power, no real physical power. Our power is spiritual, man. So you got to learn to be spiritual. But our people want to be simple, want to follow their own ways of being. And you don't understand that everything is spiritual, man. The Most High causes things to happen and allows it to happen to you. Because why? It's judgment, man. If you disobey him, you be disobedient, then he's going to open you up to them spirits, man. You see? And the majority of our people are not doing the right thing, man. Since we're speaking about that Jake in Atlanta, and Atlanta itself got all these different niggas that are turned into straight up homos, man. To the point where the gangsters are even homos now. The gangsters are all turned out, man. You see what I'm saying? And that's wickedness, man. And the Most High ain't gonna keep allowing that to go on, man. There's gonna be more deaths in the street, man. All right? And you don't have people saying, "Oh, well, that was just one incident, isolated." How many fucking isolated incidents are gonna happen for you to get it through your thick fucking skull? All right? Certain Edomites, they act upon it because they have, and where they're at, they have the ability to do so. They have laws that will protect them. Okay, they can show their colors more in other places. Don't you know, and I seen it as a joke. Actually, it was as a joke, but I don't think it was a joke. Online, they had pictures of, because everybody got to wear a mask when you go into the store, right? So they say you can wear handkerchiefs or whatever. Well, guess what kind of mask these so-called white people are wearing? They wearing a white hooded sheet, bed sheet, a KKK mask. All right, and hey, they got a mask on. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I guess a nigga, maybe we should start wearing white bed sheets. But you see, the thing is that in certain areas where Esau is more comfortable, where it's not too many Jakes amongst them, all right, they'll show their colors. But when they're in the rural areas, in the cities or whatever the case is, then they can't show their colors. All right, and then I'm not speaking for, and again, I'm just saying it's just for the record's sake, because we know that it's not per se a colored thing. It's not, but I gotta mention that to bring the point home, because we know you know, expect at GMS, from the head apostle to all on down to the rest of us brothers, we've been teaching about the other brothers that look like these other nations, that look like a so-called white man, that might look like a so-called Japanese, Chinese. All right, so it's not per se a colored thing, because we know that our people, as it is written, are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth amongst the other nations. All right, and in that happening, a lot of our people mingled with these other nations, to the point where you got a lot of our people that actually look like these other nations. They grew up speaking whatever language, such as you got so-called Negroes from going back to the Vietnam War, that the soldiers that were over there, the so-called black and Latino soldiers and Native American Indian soldiers, they was in the war too. All right, they was in the war. We was in the war too, fighting for these fucking honkies, which they showed you back then. They didn't give a damn about you. You know, you was good enough just to fight for them, to go on the front line and risk your life. And they try to wake you niggas up to that over back then. They said, you know, look, so bro, me and you, we got the same enemy. And that's why when a lot of these other nations go against the United States, they use that as a calling card, because they know, everybody knows what they did over here in America to the so-called black man, from the lynchings to the murdering, to the poisoning, to the whole spill of everything, slavery, you know what I'm saying, the rapings, robbings, murderings, you know, to this day, still turning out, you know, the children, making all of our children turn into faggots and degenerates and stuff through their philosophy, the poisoning of the ways of America. All these other nations know about that, man, and they come over here because they know who we are. They know that we're the real Israelites, man. Like I said, you had the guy. He got a Muslim name, the guy that got killed jogging, but he's a Jake. You Jakes gotta wake up. You're not no Islam, man. Stop calling on Allah. That's why this stuff is happening to you, man. The Heavenly Father said he's a jealous power, man. So it is important for you to get it right, man. All right? It is important for you to get it right. But if you don't get it right, that's your problem, man. All right? That's your problem. Now all of a sudden, Jake want to get riled up. And guess how quick they're going to go back to sleep? As soon as they go to sleep. They're going to wake up the next day and forget that the white man's the devil. They wake up for 1 second, he's the devil. Then they go right back to sleep, because why? They start following all, you know, the media. They follow these talking heads, all these guys that put doctor, you know, the title doctor on their name. You got niggas, they said, well, the white man been doing it. Let us put the name doctor on our names, which really technically the doctor means what? To falsify. When you doctor up documents, you're falsifying, you're playing around with the information on the document that you're really doctoring, you see? But you got a lot of our people that they want it, because again, our people, you know, they think that they gotta go to Esau schools and study his way and be better at what he does. No, first of all, this is not our society. This is not our culture. And this world, it tells you in the Bible, and again, I'm gonna always keep referencing the Bible and the scriptures in the Holy Bible. I mean, this is an en route, so I mean, you know, I can't actually pull the scriptures while I'm driving, but it tells you in Micah 2:10 that this is not our rest. All right, for the land is greatly polluted; it will destroy you. All right, loosely quoting it. This tells you how polluted America is, man. All right, and you see it every day, man. It's to the point now where you got, like I said, you got to going into these stores now. You got to have a goddamn mask. Then you got these old ass crackers and stuff. They feel that they can just talk to you any old way. You know, where's your mask at? Where's this at? Where's that at? But meanwhile, right, I'm going into a fucking Home Depot, right? Because now they got these big ass lines you got to get into and all this and that. And everybody's going into the store, but the old cracker bitches had the lines back there. Right? So I'm looking at, who the fuck is this bitch talking to? Then, you know, I'm like, okay, I guess she won't feel important or something. But I'm like, all right, now look, I see a motherfucking cracker walking out of the bitch with some poom shorts and some tights on or some shit. I said, how the fuck nobody say nothing to this motherfucker? What the fuck is he even doing here? Because why? That's the way of America. And that's why when you check out all these celebrities, these entertainers, these R&B singers and these hip hop stars and these producers, behind the scene guys, they're all a bunch of goddamn faggots, man. All right? That's why you'll hear Fat Joe talk about the gay mafia. Now the gay mafia, yeah, it is. But they ain't gonna go against them. Because why? They're a part of the system, man. So when these guys sit up there and speak about they angry and they mad and they had enough and we got to do this and that, it's a gimmick, man. It ain't nothing real, because they're not gonna really ride against Esau, man. They're not gonna ride against the devil, man, because that would mean them losing their goodies, man. All right, their families and everything been living a little better than the normal average nigga, man. So therefore, you don't have, and that's why even the Lord said it's easier for a camel to walk through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. That's what the Lord said. All right, which don't mean that it's impossible, but again, and that's not speaking about as it was taught, an actual sewing needle. No, it's talking about when you go into the Middle Eastern world. All right, you have the certain doorways, the archways that are very tight for a camel, so tight that a camel has to actually humble itself and crouch down to crawl, in other words, to fit through it. And you'll have a guy sitting there all day trying to get his camel to get through there, and he, because the camels, they do what the fuck they want to do. Motherfuckers are hard spit in your face, they do what the fuck they want to do. And that's what it meant. It's harder for a rich man to enter into the kingdom than for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. All right, so that's what that's speaking about. So not saying that it's impossible. Of course, you're gonna have certain brothers who the Most High is dealing with. Case in point, you got Joseph of Arimathea. All right, and then when you read in 1 Corinthians, the 12th chapter, or Romans, the 12th chapter, it speaks about the different parts of the body. You got helps out there. So the Lord got certain men that are for the truth, that are against this world, that are not gonna take that chip, that are not gonna take that vaccine, that are not going to partake in the politics and bullshit of this world, that are reserved unto him, and they're going to support the truth wholeheartedly with whatever they got, because that's their lot. Like Joseph of Arimathea, all right, his lot was to what? Provide his own sepulcher for the Lord. You see? And that was deep, man, because not too many people would have did that. All right? Just calling it straight. Not too many people would have did that. So that was deep, and he's gonna receive a blessing just off of that. He's gonna be delivered, man. You see? But now the rest of these people, the Oprah Winfrey's, and they got all this foolishness about. Which they're all a part of this system. They all Freemasons. They're all into witchcraft. When you do research and everything, they're all a part of the whatever Pizzagate and doing certain things with kids, the pedophilia. Part of the pedophilia ring and everything, that's and again, my thing is people are bringing these things out like this is new news, man. Show me when these motherfuckers are arrested for this shit, when they got cases, when they got Oprah Winfrey and Will Smith and all these guys, these celebrities that are supposed to be on house arrest but they outside. Show me that, and then you'll be saying a little something, man. You see, our people get caught up, because don't get me wrong, some shit is just what it is, man. All right, there's tons of conspiracy theories out there. But not even, theories, but there's tons of conspiracy truths. Meaning, even though it seems like it's a conspiracy theory, but it's the truth. Such as 9/11. All right, that's the truth. All right, such as the Georgia Guidestones, which is over there in Atlanta, right? Where they speak about the population of Jake, right? Of wiping out however many millions of so-called black people, because the earth is overpopulated. It's not enough air on this earth. It's not enough. Everything is overpopulated. So that's why you got the genocide programs that were put in place, such as Planned Parenthood and so forth and so on. All these different programs of genocide. All right, to the point of the gentrification. Yeah, you damn right they're trying to phase Jake out. But we've been telling you these things, man. The prophets of the Lord. You don't find out And I don't say that in no type of pride whatsoever. I'm just speaking the truth, man. See, we don't dedicate, while Jake in the world, they dedicated their life to this world. They dedicated their life to going to work, building up a office. I mean, not an office, a company. A brand, becoming a successful businessman. You got some that dedicated their life to, so-called fighting crime, which you ain't even scratching the surface, because the real criminals, all right, the crime coming from crime is what? The elites that run this place. The same ones that are about to bankrupt it. The same ones who's behind this Dr. Fauci and the rest of them that are behind this media madness, this propaganda, and that's behind the fact of people are dying, but it's not from the coronavirus. A lot of y'all people sit there and say, no, I know it's real, I know. You don't know, man. You wasn't in the fucking operating room with the doctors, man. You see, and then it came out, one video, which went viral, which the elder brother, I think was saying that they canceled, they took it off YouTube because it went so viral. But the chick that was working under Fauci, she was dropping a lot of, basically she was saying it. And then there's another, I forget the doctor's name. There's a few people out there bringing out the facts of how they get more incentives. The doctors, the hospitals get more money if they say the death was a coronavirus death. They get paid more money to say these things. So, of course, the hospitals are saying this one died of coronavirus, this one died of coronavirus, and even if they killing them, the ventilators, they knew that was killing, but they wanted to do it because why? They knew that they was gonna get paid, okay? They knew they was gonna get paid, and even the doctors didn't really want to do it, but they were ordered to do it. That's why you got so many different nurses and doctors that's speaking out, because they see how inhumane, so to speak, that this is. They see that they're just giving orders to just kill people and let people die, because that's how things work. You gotta understand who controlled these hospitals, the insurance companies that are controlled and ran by Big Pharma. You see, all these things are happening, man. But the thing is, you got people, back to the point I was making, that dedicated their life to become doctors and thinking that they're doing good. You got people that dedicated their life to become movie stars, actors, singers, basketball players. All right. Well, through the Spirit of the Lord had us dedicate our life towards Him. He put His Spirit on us, starting with the head elder apostles on down. All right, well over 30 years, man. All right, and yeah, we entered in like other brothers that are coming into the fold. We entered into the work of the apostles and the elders before the apostles. But that's what Yahweh Shai said in the book of John. I sent you to labor wherein you entered in on other men's work. Because this thing is a true marathon, for a lack of a better words. All right, meaning the Lord sent, like He sent John the Baptist to be the forerunner before Yahweh Shai. All right, and Yahweh Shai was the guy. And then Yahweh Shai set up the 12, and they set up the rest of the disciples and the apostles. And you had the Apostle Paul and the rest of the apostles and elders and the different brothers in the churches back then. All right. So in other words, they kept it going. So that's what this thing is. This is a thing of constantly keeping it going. And this is what our life, we dedicated our life to. We didn't dedicate our life to becoming celebrities in this world or whatever. And it's not that because we don't have, brothers don't have no type of talents. We got probably some of the most talent is in the truth, to keep it real with you. But this is what we dedicated our life. That's why that passion burns in us. And yeah, it does anger. It angers you when you see people talking as if they're as if they're authorities of what's going on, and now everybody want to sound like they so-called concerned. But where was all this concern at years ago? You understand? Where was all this concern at years ago? Years ago, we've been, and this ain't nothing new, man. I mean, we could go on for days, and what it is Jake willingly went back to sleep. Jake just fell asleep. They didn't want the truth, man. And every time we come out there, they prejudge us. They don't know what the hell we're saying. They prejudge us. They get mad because we're not coming like no goddamn homosexuals. We're not coming like no faggot preacher from the church, because the men of the Lord was never like that. The men of the Lord are you want to talk about being a tough guy, being a gangster, or the men of the Lord. Try first of all going to a whole nation of wicked motherfuckers that want to kill you and tell them that the Lord is going to bring judgment upon them. You understand? Try wrestling with a bear. Try wrestling with a lion. These are things that the men of the Lord did. All right, not with this new age technology with missiles and bombs. No, this is straight up warfare, man. You understand? These are what the men of the Lord did. Okay, try Abraham. You know how many men he killed in the battle? He slaughtered with his hands. You see, and is righteously, not his own kinfolk, and not over no wicked grimy shit. All right, this was just real actual war, and the Lord was with him, man. All right, and I could go on for days. Look at the Maccabees, man, which a lot of you probably never even still haven't heard about the Maccabees, man. Where you think that movie 300 was based off of? All right, that comes out of the Bible. That's why the Bible is the book. It's very important. All right, and the Apocrypha is a part of the Bible. Okay, if you ain't figured that out yet, you gotta get in tune. You see, and that's the problem. Our people, the scriptures say they're led astray as a sheep to the slaughter. And that's because why? You look up to all these different puppet leaders, man. Farrakhan. The Lord ain't never sent Farrakhan. Farrakhan, even though he might have at certain times, because he knows that we're the Israelites. But how is it he'll tell you 1 minute we're the Israelites, but then sit there and start speaking about Allah? Allah is not the name of the Heavenly Father. That goes back to Islam. All right, and Allah just simply means God or a power. That's not the name of the Heavenly Father. And Farrakhan knows this, you see? And not just him, you got people still stuck on the Martin Luther King dream. All right, Martin Luther King was a damn demon, man. All right, and the Lord allowed him to be put to death because he was a false prophet. All right, and I believe the reports of him being a damn faggot. I believe those reports. You know, Jake always want to protect wicked ass niggas that are amongst our people, such as Michael Jackson. You got people still saying Michael Jackson wasn't no homo or this, that, and the third. All right. Now, first of all, he had no business sleeping in no bed with no goddamn little kids, man. And that's not his kids. All right. Either which way, he was off, man. I don't care if he might have. I don't even think he popped Brooke Shields. All right. But you got people that still try to defend Michael Jackson and talk about they assassinated him. What really do they need to assassinate Michael Jackson? I mean, yeah, he was turning on him, you know, saying certain things or whatever. But at the end of the day, he's a goddamn faggot, man. The Most High had him killed at the end of the day because he sold his soul. He sold out. All right? Yeah, he made some of the greatest music. I love a lot of the music. We all love the music. All right? But at the end of the day, truth, when we speaking about truth, he was a anti-Christ, if you will, or anti-Messiah, anti-Mashiach. He wasn't for the Heavenly Father. He wasn't waking up our people. He wasn't telling them the truth of who they were. You know, and that's why our people stay stuck in that degraded state. Always the first fired, last hired, catching all kind of hell. Because why? You had all these different entertainers amongst our people. Instead of teaching them truth, they sat there and what? Pushed the thing, promoted homosexuality, adultery. Adultery was big in the R&B scene going back into you know what, the 60s, 70s, and maybe even before then. You understand? And that's our people pushing these things that are wicked, things that the Heavenly Father detests. So why you think he allowed us to go through all the hell? Because we ain't learned our lesson. Jake ain't learned a lesson, and they still ain't learned a lesson. Now it's to the point where the Most High is just going to be offing a lot of Jakes, man. A lot of Jakes are going to be offed, man. And that's going to, you know, we've been telling you that they're going to do that. You know, the cops, these other Edomites, you see, they got their AR-15s. You niggas can't stop shooting yourselves, man. That's what you need to worry about. That's what if you want to start somewhere. And the reason why, you don't even know why, that you're shooting it. That's how we know that you are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Because the Lord prophesied in the last days that these things would happen. The love of many shall wax cold. And then when you go back to the curses that was put on the nation of Israel in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, it said that the brother whose eye was tender and delicate against his brother his eye should be evil toward his brother. All right? And that, because that's not our history. We wasn't savage, even though it's maybe hard to believe looking at the state that our people are in now. You know, at one point we were really kings. Like people use that title, you know, hey, peace king, peace king. But you know, there wasn't no fucking gay kings, man. There wasn't no wicked ass kings with tattoos all over their body. Having tattoos is wickedness, man. All right, and then there is gonna be a judgment for that. You all gonna pay the price, man. All right, you all gonna pay the price. At least you repent. If you are Israelite, if you repent, you know, because you know it's still time to repent. But the only people that's gonna repent is the elect of Israel. You know, so if you're not of that number, the Most High gonna hold you accountable, okay? Because first of all, Yahweh Shai, he covered the sins, and he said, if you believe on me, you're gonna live. But then he said, I came, had I not come, then they would have had a cloak for their sin. Now that I come, you shall die in your sins, all right? And one of the sins is getting tattoos, getting bald heads, lining your beards up, shaving your beard, all right? Just to name a few, all right? And yeah, we got grace, but that doesn't mean, they tell you Romans 3:30, we're supposed to establish the laws and commandments of the Heavenly Father, which is for your benefit at the end of the day. It's for your benefit. The Lord said don't eat pigs, and because why? You're gonna get sick and diseases, man. You know, but anyway, I went a little bit from what I was going into, but Jake is all up in the uproar now, and you know, they ain't gonna make it, man. Jake ain't gonna make it because they haven't been paying attention and they don't realize what world we're in. They still thinking that this is a cartoon world. Now things is gonna get even more serious, man. And the thing is, you should have been getting serious. This is what we've been out there on the street corners talking about, man. We've been talking about this for the longest, man. You know, and a lot of you scoffed at us. Some of you still scoff, you know. Some of you still scoff, but at the end of the day's gonna declare it, man. Okay, and the only people that's gonna be left are the elect of the Lord. Okay, it's about the elect. It's not, everybody's not gonna die. The Lord did leave a remnant of men that's gonna stand up, that's not gonna bow down to Baal, which means Baphomet and all these other deities that you Jakes are into, especially the Jake celebrities. All right, the Lord did leave a remnant who the Lord is gonna come back and deliver, and then he's gonna set up the kingdom of heaven in righteousness, the right way, man. So if you of the elect, then hey, wake your ass the fuck up if you ain't awoke. All right. But anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom to all the sincere Akim, and give all praises, glory, and honor to the Heavenly Father, the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem, which is in the name of his Son, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.